Today looks like a good day in the world. One love to Jesus Christ, the one who always been there for me. I like to say, special shouts to the grandmothers out there and the mothers out there who've been praying for us all the times we've been in this game, all the times we've been in trouble, been with us through school, been with us through the jailhouse. When we graduate, the good side, the bad side. Let me talk to you. Have you ever had a dope fiend in your family? Well, me, I had one. It was my mama.
Ghetto life as a youngster, we was getting by. Never imagined or pictured my mama getting high, but she was sneaking in playing for us.
When you drink, when I smoke, when I party, it's about me, feeling me, relaxed. I take it to that level of selfishness. I take it to that level of greed. And that's where my uncles and my cousins and the family took it to. And nobody talked, everybody from the outside looked at that beautiful party at my house and my family, but nobody talked about the fights that my uncles had in the backyard, that my cousins who were fighting for the drugs in the garage, my mom getting the S beat out of her in the kitchen after everybody went home. Years old, I had to witness. Still, talking about it and remembering that moment, when you see your mother laying on the kitchen floor, saying, please, stop. And the guy's just bashing her face, pulling her hair, dragging her around the kitchen, knocking down stuff and plates and whatever. Why? I'm 7 years old and I'm thinking, why? This is the only person who loves me and cares for me, and she's getting the S beat out of her. So as children, I want to be the voice for that child that's going through it right now as we sit here and study and dream and goals and try to be creative. There's children right now, millions of them, going through this right now. And the problem is that I couldn't talk about it. It was a big secret, the family secret. Oh, don't talk about your uncle. Oh, don't talk about your cousin. Oh, hide the needles, or hide the pipes, or hide this, or hide that, or hide the weed. Or, my stepfather would be so drunk that in the morning, he don't remember he hit my mother. And my mother was so, I guess she'd clean up. She'd pick up the broken lamp and all the broken dishes and glass and throw everything in the trash and clean up the house. So when he get up in the morning, he don't see none of the disaster he exists. After 6 prison terms and really not knowing where to go, I realized it came to me, the differences, accepting the differences in someone else. I keep hearing it over and over and over again. And what happened is when I gave up, I really gave up with myself. And where I ended up was in the hole, in prison. Prisons of prisons. And I got to tell you, I really believe that this and I had a real strong relationship in life. We have served the same purpose and reason in life. Because I always had jobs that you had to shovel or you had to push a broom, and I had to clean up the mess of this world. So when I was sitting there in the hole, stripped down of all of my little things that I was and just completely in anger, I picked this up, and I remembered some guy made roses out of it. But I just saw him from a distance, some creative guy that was on the main line. I was sitting there and I thought, I wonder how that guy did it. So I started twisting this up, and I started playing around with it in there, and something happened. I made this rose, and I realized that even toilet paper can become a beautiful thing. And here I am, this prisoner, making roses out of toilet paper, and I thought, well, I'm not going to be the flower guy in prison, So, but what happened was the word got out that these roses could be sent out in the mail. All of a sudden, I was the most popular guy in the prison.
Hey, Tony, I'm Robert. I read your book. I was wondering about when you burned that car up, what was going through your head exactly?
A lot of cocaine. A lot of alcohol. A lot of marijuana. And a lot of love, selfish love I had for this girl of my so-called dream. So it was a constant battle to go to the hospital all the time as a baby. So my grandmother was into herbs and spices, and she made lotions and potions. She was like a little witch with all her medicines. She made stuff. Well, she had a vaporizer machine. No, she had a marijuana plant that she used for rubbing, lotion. She put alcohol with it and stuff. And she made marijuana tea and put it in a baby bottle and gave it to me to help my asthma. So as a, I don't know, 1 month old, I've been sucking down THC, you know, as a baby.
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It really affected me in so many different ways. Like, because the things that he's experiencing is certain things that I'm experiencing, and it really touched me and it really changed.
This whole thing was extraordinary. I was touched in a lot of ways. I could relate to a lot of things he was saying, and honestly, I just seeing someone that went through so much hardships in life and honestly just put it all together and carried it was extraordinary. I was thrown back by the whole thing.
I thought it was powerful. You know, it's a deeply touching story. It gives people what they need to hear, and it's a story that people can relate to, and it's going to help people build up confidence. It's going to help people overcome their problems. It's going to help people understand that everyone goes through something terrible in their life and that you can pick it up. It's not just another news story that's got a tragic ending. It's a tragic story that's got a good beginning.
I thought it was very inspirational. As a young person who needs, I could say, guidance, or at least somebody to, you know, there's always grown-ups telling you things, and you say, oh, you don't listen now, but later you'll listen. With Tony, it's like, all right, he went through all this, he had his ups and downs, and as a person who's strong, you could see, and what he went through, you can do anything. Like, it's possible, especially as a person that went homeless. You can do it.
I thought it was great. If you can bounce back from homelessness, you can bounce back from anything. He's a lot like his paper flower. I mean, something that can look just ordinary and a piece of crap on the side of the road can turn into something so beautiful and bloom into something great than anything really can.